Guys, what's going on? It's Max here again, and this isn't like your normal video. Like, I'm not going to do like a super cool intro or anything. This is normal. I'm sorry, but I just want to say the clips I'm about to put in the video and for you guys to see are two of the speakers that came up to my school and actually did really good speeches, which I would greatly love to shout out to them. So thank you so much, and I was glad to do the march that we did. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time after the clips. Peace.
Students, staff, and others. My name is Maylia Chatham. I'm currently a senior at Montgomery High School. Jane was a really good friend of ours. I am extremely disappointed that we are all here today because the student's life was taken Wednesday morning. Let us take a moment to pause and honor Jaden Pienta. Let us take a moment to pause and honor Jaden Pienta. Jaden was someone who was loved and loved by so many people in our community.
Moment of silence, people! Hold the silence!
We can just be quiet for 30 seconds, please. So I'm now gonna have Olivia, this was Jaden's best friend. She's gonna go ahead and give a speech to honor I'm just gonna start my speech. Jaden Pienta was his name. I held him for the last time with his blood all over my hands and took his last breath to tell me that he loved me and everything was gonna be okay and that he loved me forever. That was my best friend since kindergarten. I did everything in my power to protect him and save his life. He didn't deserve to die. He should be standing right next to me right now. He had his whole entire life ahead of him. And it was just the beginning before the opportunity to live was taken away from him. If you ask anybody who had a conversation with him, or even many conversations with him, they could all easily say without any hesitation that they have never seen a frown on his face. And he was always filled with laughter and joy no matter what kind of day he was having. He was not a violent or angry person. He was kind and generous and grateful and respectful. To be in his presence was one of the greatest blessings someone, including me, could have. Everyone speaking on the situation that they weren't there need to understand that after all it cost, it was his life. Nothing else matters who did it, what first, and whose name and who was to blame. That was his life, and he does not get to go home and sleep safely in his own bed to sit and have another meaningful conversation with his family, to say I love you to his family and his friends one last time, or even go into the most wonderful man I know he would have. Why does it take my best friend's death to be an eye-opener to do better? It should never, ever have to be this way. Why does it have to be someone's kid, someone's friend, someone's brother to understand that our school has failed him? Why does it take one fight after another to see that kids walk into school every single day wondering if they're going to be able to come home? Kids in hallways wondering if they're going to get jumped or killed. My school failed my best friend the moment he was stabbed. As a student, I did more for him than our school staff did. I had his blood all over me. I called 911. I have endless nights staying up, and I'm afraid to fall asleep because I'm scared to relive it all. Jaden was my protector. Every photo and video I have, he was always standing right next to me. He protected me, he loved me, he cared for me. And I can't even get myself to walk my own school hallways without him being right next to me. I can't feel safe in my own school with my protector by my side. Ask anyone who knew me and Jaden. They will always say he never left her side. To see my best friend die right in front of me is one of the most traumatic and terrifying things I've ever been through. No one deserves to die in a place where we're all supposed to feel safe at, and to feel safe in. I will get justice for his name because he was my best friend, an older brother to me, my family, and my soulmate. And I won't stop until he gets the justice he deserves.
From the mountains, from the high mountains of the Maicomas to the Pacific coast, we are seeing a wave of activism that is sweeping our schools, all demanding the need for change, the need for accountability, the need for a better tomorrow. But let me tell you this, Carrillo. We're not just a collection of isolated protests. We are a movement. We are a force to be reckoned with. And together, we are stronger than we could be apart. As we stand here today, we are part of a legacy that stretches back through generations of activists who have fought for change. And we carry that legacy forward with us. As we work to build a better world for ourselves and future generations. So let us take heart in the knowledge that we are not alone. Let us draw strength from the solidarity of our fellow students across the county. And let us continue to represent side by side until the classroom we dream of, free from the shadows of fear, is a reality. Thank you.
Hello, Carrillo. My name is William Mosier. I'm a senior here, and today I will be reading you a speech I will be giving at the board meeting tonight. So please attend the protest that we will be also having at the courthouse square. So please come at 4:45 p.m. Good afternoon. My name is Will Mosier, and I am a student at Maria Carrillo High School. We all want to prevent these tragedies from ever happening again, and we need to create clear and material change at the district level. We have a list of demands that we, the students, want implemented. We want an increase of non-police security on campus. Many schools only have a couple of staff members on duty to watch their students. We need more campus supervisors to better prevent fights and drug use on campus. At Carrillo, we only have one campus supervisor for 1,600 kids. We want reformed evacuation and alarm policies with realistic and clear protocols for emergencies. We want alarms that are recognizable and clear for everyone on campus to hear, no matter where they are. We want comprehensive emergency evacuation education. There needs to be increased preparedness for these situations. Our disaster drills are disorganized and our staff lack formal training for these disastrous situations. Students are not prepared for emergencies that deviate from the drills that we rarely practice in the first place, like an attack during break. We need better communication in the event of an emergency. It is us, the students, that are in danger and suffer the most during lockdowns and evacuations. We want to be kept informed of what is happening in our schools as they are taking place. We want more support provided for schools, for students, and for families. That means teen support groups and lower student counselor ratio of at least 251 students for one counselor, as recommended by organizations like the American School Counselor Association. We also need more school therapists. At Carrillo, we only have one therapist who is shared amongst another school. Our school therapist, who is barely known by this broader student body, is so booked that it is nearly impossible to arrange meetings. We want a ratio of at least one therapist per 500 students. And finally, we want a student panel to provide feedback and recommendations to the board. We know you have the money to make these changes. You got $60 million in aid over COVID from the state. And we know from public records that you have $9 million left to spend by the remainder after the end of the 2023 to 2024 school year. With this funding, you can pay for more evacuation routes. With this funding, more teacher training. With this funding, we can create and hire more campus supervisors. Thank you.
So far, the action for San Jose City Schools Board was done and is taken is dismal at best. We are constantly ignored and brushed away, which is painfully ironic considering we are the ones running to classes during lockdowns, sending something's wrong texts to our families, and experiencing traumatic incidents on campus every day. Today is the day that we show the SRCS Board who we are and what we want, and demand that we are listened to for once. This is what I ask. I ask that we have more supervision and adults on campus. I want to see trusted adults that can help us feel safe, especially during breaks, pausing periods, and lunches. And I want these adult supervisors to be treated by respect by the board. Why are supervisors currently being paid at the Santa Rosa's minimum wage to look over 1,000 students at a time for several hours a day? By raising the wages of these school supervisors, we as a school and student body show respect to them and honor their hard work and dedication to keeping us safe. If the school board truly cares about keeping us safe and mitigating student conflict before violent issues occur, they will dedicate their time and funds to finding school supervisors and paying them fairly right now. Not in 2 weeks, not in a month, not next year, right now. To conclude, I want to urge you to attend the school board protest today at 4:45 tonight while being safe. Your voice matters here, and we won't be able to enact any sort of change to improve our schools without you. Lastly, I wanted to thank Korea's teachers for being so supportive of our right to protest and our demands to enact change, and to Korea's student body for being so motivated, inspiring, and spirited. We are in this together. Woo!